Another controversial issue is the stop and search regime and the challenging relationship between police and many young people.
Why is he being arrested?
Why are you taking this person away?
Why is he being arrested?
It worries me that we're seeing the police service moving towards a police force that don't appear to recognise and value the importance of working together with people in the community.
There's a lot of animosity between young people and police. I think it's people who hold a certain level of power over you walking the streets and you being at the mercy of them.
This stuff with the police ain't just happening now. Riots ain't just happening now. This ain't just happening. This happens around the planet with police, you know what I'm saying? But in London, there is definitely a problem with the police and how they're talking to young children.
Stop and searching is quite humiliating. I've got two brothers who are younger than me and they would get stopped and searched constantly. They'd always be getting put in police cells for absolutely ridiculously minor things, headbutted in the face. And it's just like, you feel angry against that somebody's holding power over you. It's like having a mean parent.
I've been standing at the end of my road waiting to get picked up by one of my friends, and I've been stopped and searched.
So stereotyping?
Yeah, I'm just standing there. And obviously, even when I've tried to explain myself, I've been still spoke to like, I don't know, like a piece of shit on my trainer, to be honest.
If you get stop and search, you couldn't even talk to a police officer on a level because he wouldn't talk to you on a level. So there you go, already there, you're out of it. Already, like you're out of it. You can't even have a one-on-one conversation with a police officer and feel easy. You're straight away, you're just like, you know what, hurry up, do what you gotta do and leave me alone, innit? Go on, hurry up. So I just stand there, I'm just like this.
I have a child to support now. Come on. And yet I'm still getting harassed by the police.
When I speak to different young people, it's clear to me that some young people are routinely and constantly stopped. If you've been in trouble with the police once or twice before, I think you get constantly stopped. If, frankly, if you're black and wearing a hoodie and walking down Tottenham High Road or Beckham High Road, you might get stopped. But I'm not clear that all young people are stopped because it depends on your profile, and that's the difficulty. But then we have to ask ourselves, who on the whole is finding themselves caught up with knife crime? So this is not straightforward. This is very, very difficult.
I'm not about to change the way I look on my clothing for you to not stop and search me. So really, and that's how everyone thinks, like, oh, if I come out in a shirt, I'll look all right. It's like, why should you have to think that? Why should you have to dress in a decent shirt for you to not get stopped by the police?
They're not even thinking straight. You close all the youth clubs. They're not going to stay in the house, they're going to walk around. But if they get caught walking around and there's more about 3 or 4, you know, your son, I've got a son, he's got loads of mates, you know, so they can't all walk around together, because if they walk all around together, the police will pull them because they're seen as, well, they could be a gang. They're not a gang. Do you know what I mean?
We can't get away from the fact that stop and search, although it's a blunt instrument, it's one that's working. It's one that the police leads in its armory. What the problem is incivility. How does the police behave? You can't grab a young person, sling them up against the wall, call them sonny and all of that. That doesn't work. That creates a problem.
We spend a lot of time and effort in training our staff, in educating them, in recruiting them from communities in London so that they can be representative. That relationship, though, is, I think it's always going to be a challenge, because, you know, nobody wants to be stopped going about their business. Nobody wants to be told they've done something wrong. But on occasion, the police have to do that role.
I do think a lot of young people, especially from our community, the black community, have got a problem where they will never engage with the police. You know, they seem to have this hatred of the police. And I think that's really stupid. You know, it may seem offensive what I'm saying, but I think it's really stupid. You cannot change the situation unless you become engaged.
I guess it's a challenge because, you know, a lot of our officers, day in, day out, they deal with the very worst aspects of society. And of course they do become a bit cynical. I think as a police leader, my challenge is to keep them upbeat, positive, professional, when all they're dealing with, all of their professional life is nasty incidents of one degree or another. We have millions of interactions with communities in a year, and most of the time we'll get that right. It's where we get it wrong that we have to look at why that went wrong, deal with it appropriately, and learn lessons from it.
Don't just see me with my MY hat and my hood outside my block and think you can stop and search me anytime, no, because I work, pay tax, vote, and do a lot of it. And I'm not the only one as well. There's a lot of other guys like me.
Camera out, please. Yeah, stand back, please. You will need to turn that music off unless you have a permit. Do you have a permit?
Do I need a permit for that?
Yes. We're in a public area. You're playing loud music. Unless you have a permit that you can show me, you will need to turn that off, okay?
Mate, do not listen to him. He's obviously come here to...